Saberico is an organic health food restaurant located in Antigua, Guatemala, a popular tourist destination that's become oversaturated with restaurants and cafes. In order to succeed in this highly competitive market, owners Juan Carlos and Michael would have to address several inhibitors to its growth. These included slow customer service and food preparation, undertrained staff members, and a lack of effective marketing, something many of Saberico's competitors already had. So Saberico applied to the Bpeace program, which aims to promote peace in historically violent countries by catalyzing job growth through expert business consultation. In 2016, Juan Carlos and Michael were identified as Bpeace fast runners, or proven and promising job creators, and they began developing growth projects together. Since their involvement with Bpeace, Saberico has seen a 14% increase in revenue, a 53% increase in employment, opened a second location in Guatemala City, and according to staff and management, implemented many of the operational improvements they sought to achieve. Results, say Juan Carlos and Michael, of the Bpeace growth projects, the expert advisors, and a clear and agreed-upon vision for the program and the business. However, the fast runners explain that today, Saberico's growth has slowed significantly, and that many of the challenges the company faced before are still problems today.
Solo si lográramos crecer en un medio ambiente más dado a apoyar el crecimiento, sería otra cosa. Este país sería otra cosa. La economía del país desde hace 3 años se ha ido a pique.
According to Michael and Juan Carlos, Guatemala's economy sank drastically the year they entered Bpeace, and following a deadly volcanic eruption, tourism declined significantly. These large, unexpected obstacles have made Saberico's situation more challenging.
Y no es solo el turismo que ha bajado en este país, sí. Hay mucha gente, especialmente en ciudades turísticas, que sí han visto mermar sus ventas.
These obstacles are not easily overcome, say the fast runners, and they fear they will take a hefty toll before finding solutions. And yet, while both the business and Bpeace did plan for more growth, the company is still able to provide value to its employees, its community, and its customers by promoting its central value, well-being. Growing or not, the effects we explore in this case study beg the question: is a business's growth the only way to improve a country?
Todos tenemos sueños. Es algo que nuestro equipo ha ido entendiendo también. Queremos que se logren o que nuestros empleados también logren sus sueños.
Juan Carlos and Michael founded Saberico 13 years ago. Their idea was to serve slow food, or food that takes time to prep since it's made from scratch. They call it the result of Michael's personal journey into healthy eating and seeing its positive effects. Saberico is their way of sharing that discovery with others. Bpeace commonly revisits or helps identify this core value of a business when working with new fast runners. This was an impactful element of Saberico's program.
Resumen, pues llegamos a tener, después de todos los trabajos que hicimos con Bpeace, una sola palabra: bienestar. En el programa de Bpeace con recurso humano aprendimos mucha metodología de cómo implementar a nuestro personal una conciencia, donde realmente estás creando una oportunidad de trabajo, estás creando una filosofía donde el cliente es lo más importante, donde el servicio es lo más importante, y donde la parte administrativa de recurso humano también es muy importante.
The growth projects developed by Bpeace and Saberico led to staff training, which employees say greatly improved customer service. They also report that Juan Carlos and Michael have become much more available, and that the business now prioritizes human resources.
Eso llega a cerrar un círculo de experiencia, a que el cliente se sienta satisfecho, nos dé un buen comentario y nos comparta lo que él vino a recibir aquí.
Their time with Bpeace also resulted in changes to the arrangement of their kitchen to optimize workflow, a new marketing strategy, and more. While these developments helped give rise to the growth Saberico has seen in recent years, the growth was halted all too quickly, say the fast runners. But that hasn't prevented them from trying to spread their philosophy.
Pienso que eso fue una filosofía que ambos nos convencimos de ella, porque nos proveía la salud, veíamos buenos resultados en nosotros mismos y luego pues empezamos a compartirlo con nuestros clientes.
Juan Carlos and Michael have worked to embed their philosophy of well-being into their employees. They call Saberico a place where everyone can pursue their dreams.
Así hemos visto también como muchos de nuestras empleadas también siguen estudiando y sacan su secundaria y secretariados y todo lo demás también. Aparte, el ganar su salario aquí ayuda a que sus sueños se hagan realidad también, de estar trabajando aquí. La idea es esa, es que el trabajo de ellos sean escalones hacia sus sueños.
Perhaps unintentionally, Saberico is providing safer working environments for some of its employees. Antigua is considerably safer than nearby Guatemala City, where violence and crime are much more frequent. Jasmine, a waitress of 3 years, was advised by her family to find work in Antigua, knowing she would be safer.
Me gusta trabajar aquí porque no es un lugar violento, se encuentra paz y pues uno puede viajar a la hora y en el momento que uno desee. Y tengo seguridad y confianza de estar aquí en Saberico.
Saberico's core value of well-being also impacts rural farmers and agricultural communities. Needing fresh, chemical-free produce, they source their produce from local farmers who don't have the capital to afford these harmful pesticides many large suppliers use. The fasteners pay these farmers more than their asking price. It's their way of supporting the people they rely on. They've also developed a dried fruit collaboration with farming communities in Zacapa, a largely rural agricultural department in eastern Guatemala. This provides Saberico with nationally grown, locally dried, fresh and organic fruit, and it provides those communities with jobs and economic opportunity.
Necesitábamos tener nuevas líneas de frutas deshidratadas para nuestros productos, que no tuvieran preservantes, que no tuvieran ningún químico y que fuese nuevamente lo más orgánico posible.
Y esta era la idea, esa era poder hacer algo así en Zacapa.
Furthermore, Saberico uses these sources partly because organic, healthy food is not common in Guatemala. Jasmine explains that she didn't know places offered this alternative diet until coming to work here. Being both a restaurant and a store, Saberico has regulars that depend on places like this existing.
Hay personas que son clientes y que los tenemos aquí desayunos, almuerzos y cenas porque conocen el restaurante que no tienen nada de preservantes y por su bienestar vienen a consumir acá a Saberico.
The health food industry in Guatemala is growing, but Juan Carlos and Michael fear that without a source of capital, Saberico won't. They propose that Bpeace partner with third-party funding sources, such as the Inter-American Development Bank, a solution, they believe, to their country's inability to support growing businesses.
Tenemos toda la energía, tenemos todas las ganas de crecer, vimos las proyecciones que podemos generar, las oportunidades de trabajo que podemos tener, pero en un momento, ok, ¿y ahora qué? Tenemos el conocimiento, pero para poder llegar a cabo un sueño necesitas un apoyo económico.
In conclusion, Saberico has seen improvements that help them continue promoting their philosophy of well-being. And despite larger external obstacles to growth that Bpeace may not be able to mitigate, supporting companies like Juan Carlos and Michael's seems to be accomplishing much of what Bpeace aims to do, promoting peace through economic empowerment. Growth may be the goal, but Saberico shows us that preservation can be just as valuable.